Welcome to Ancient Asian Legends. I'm your host, Meili Soon. To honor Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, we're thrilled to showcase an inspiring AANHPI hero each week throughout May, nominated by a member of our community. Join us after today's episode to celebrate their story. Chapter 12. Out of the Bagua Furnace, Beneath the Five Elements Mountain. Previously on Ancient Asian Legends, Wukong made an ultimate bet with Buddha.
I suggest a challenge. If you possess the capability, then somersault out of my right palm. If you succeed, I yield, and there will be no more conflict. I will request the Jade Emperor to dwell in the Western realms and hand over the heavenly palace to you. But if you fail, you'll return to the mortal world as a demon to continue your spiritual journey before engaging in further disputes.
So do I have your word?
Indeed.
The Buddha extended his right hand, appearing like a lotus leaf in size. The Monkey King grasped his magic staff, exuding his formidable aura, then leaped into the palm of the Buddha's hand, declaring,
I'm off.
Wukong darted swiftly, vanishing without a trace. The Buddha's discerning eyes tracked the Monkey King's relentless advance, likening it to a spinning windmill. As the great sage traveled, he abruptly stumbled upon 5 flesh-red pillars, bracing a surge of green qi. Wukong commented,
This has to be the end of the road. When I come back, the Buddha will see. I'll definitely be sitting in the Lingxiao Hall.
He then thought to himself,
Wait, I want to leave some signs behind so I can talk to the Buddha about this later.
He yanked a strand of fur, imbued it with divine breath, and commanded, Transform! Instantly, it became a thick writing brush with ink. Quickly, he wrote bold characters on the middle pillar, proclaiming, The great sage equal to heaven was here. After finishing, he reclaimed the fur. Mischievously, he positioned himself and urinated on the first pillar. With a somersault on his cloud, he returned to stand before the Buddha, declaring,
I've left and come back. Tell the Jade Emperor to let me into the heavenly palace.
You mischievous monkey, you never truly left the palm of my hand.
You have no idea. I went all the way to the end of the heavens and found 5 flesh-red pillars holding up a stream of green qi. I left a mark there. Want to join me and check it out?
No need to go, just lower your gaze and see for yourself.
When the great sage widened his fiery golden eyes and glanced downward, he observed the Buddha's right index finger bearing the inscription, The great sage equal to heaven was here, with a lingering hint of monkey urine. The great sage was thoroughly astonished and exclaimed,
This can't be. This can't be. I wrote those words on the pillar of heaven, so why are they on his finger? Is there some kind of foresight magic happening? I refuse to believe it. I won't believe it. I'll go and come back again.
The great sage, eager to leap away, found himself abruptly intercepted by the Buddha's hand. The Monkey King was forcefully pushed outside the western heaven gate, where the Buddha's 5 fingers transformed into 5 interconnected mountains of gold, wood, water, fire, and earth, forming the 5 elements mountain that gently pressed him down. The thunder gods, along with Anuo and Kasyapa, all applauded with folded hands, exclaiming, Well done, well done. The Buddha swiftly subdued the demon monkey, then called upon Anuo and Kasyapa to join him on the return to the Western Pure Land. Meanwhile, Tianping and Tianyu hastened out from the Lingxiao Palace.
Please, Buddha, wait a moment. Our master is arriving soon.
The Buddha turned around and saw the 8 auspicious dragon carriage and the 9 radiant canopies swiftly approaching. Celestial songs and wonderful music filled the air, resonating with boundless divine hymns. They showered precious flowers and emitted true fragrances as they neared the Buddha, expressing profound gratitude. The Jade Emperor said,
Thanks to the great Buddha for eliminating the demonic evil. We kindly request your presence for another day, allowing the immortals to host a banquet as an expression of our gratitude.
It is not by my magical powers, but by the heavenly decree that I am invited here. It is the blessings bestowed by the heavenly Lord and the celestial gods, not my own efforts. There is no need to thank me.
The Jade Emperor issued a decree assigning the Cloud Department and various gods to personally invite the 3 pure ones, 4 emperors, 5 elders, 6 ministries, 7 elements, 8 extremes, 9 luminaries, 10 capitals, and countless other holy beings to attend a gathering here, collectively expressing gratitude to the Buddha. The Jade Emperor also directed the 4 great heavenly teachers and the 9 heavenly maidens to open the gates of the Jade Capital, Golden Palace, the Supreme Mystery Treasure Palace, and the Dongyang Jade Pavilion, welcoming the Buddha to preside over the 7 Treasure Spirit platform. They diligently organized seating for each group, arranging dragon liver and phoenix marrow, along with celestial peach wine. Soon after, the Jade Pure Primordial Celestial Venerable, Upper Pure Spiritual Treasure Celestial Venerable, Great Pure Taoist Virtue Celestial Venerable, 5 Eminent Immortals, 5 Planetary Immortals, 3 Officials, and 4 Saints, 9 Luminaries, Left and Right Assistants, Heavenly Kings, Naja, and Xuanshu, all spiritually attuned, displayed their respective flags and banners, held radiant pearls and extraordinary treasures, along with longevity fruits and rare flowers, and respectfully bowed before the Buddha, offering,
"We deeply appreciate the Buddha's boundless divine power in subduing the demon monkey. Thanks to the decree of the Jade Emperor, who hosted this banquet and summoned us all to express our gratitude. How should the Buddha designate this gathering?"
Let us call it the Heavenly Peace Assembly.
All the venerable immortals, with one voice and in unison, exclaimed,
"Heavenly Peace Assembly, splendid."
After their remarks, everyone took their seats, exchanged cups, poured wine, adorned themselves with flowers, and played music and instruments, a truly delightful gathering. All present rejoiced and were pleased. Then Queen Mother led a group of fairy maidens who approached gracefully.
Before, the peach banquet was interrupted by that mischievous monkey. Now, thanks to the great Buddha who subdued him, we celebrate the Heavenly Peace Assembly. We have nothing to offer in return, so I personally picked several large peaches to present in gratitude.
The Buddha clasped his hands together and concluded his expression of gratitude to the Queen Mother. She then directed the fairy maidens to sing and dance. The entire assembly of immortals relished the performance and enthusiastically applauded them. Before long, the Star of Longevity arrived. After paying respects to the Jade Emperor and then to the Buddha, the Star of Longevity expressed gratitude.
"I initially heard that Laozi took the demon monkey to the Tushita Heaven Palace for refining, hoping for peace. When I learned that the Buddha had skillfully subdued the monster and hosted a gratitude banquet, I came upon hearing the news. I've brought purple lingji mushrooms, jade grass, and golden lotus seeds as a token of appreciation."
The Buddha graciously accepted the thanks. As the Star of Longevity settled into his seat, the toasts continued. Shortly after, the barefoot immortal returned. After bowing respectfully before the Jade Emperor, he then turned to the Buddha and expressed his gratitude.
"I really appreciate your divine power in taking down that monkey. I don't have much to give, but here are 2 ripe pears and some fire dates as a sign of respect."
The Buddha reiterated his thanks. He summoned Anuo and Kasyapa to collect all the offerings, then turned to the Jade Emperor to express gratitude for the banquet. Spirits were high when an officer arrived with a report.
The great sage has stuck his head out.
It's all right, it's all right.
From his sleeve, the Buddha retrieved a small slip of paper inscribed with golden characters, Om Mani Padme Hum. He passed it to Anuo and directed him to affix it on the mountaintop. Anuo accepted the slip, opened the heavenly gate, and ascended to the summit of the Five Elements mountain, firmly attaching it to a square stone. Instantly, the mountain took root, sealed shut, and became infused with breath, with hands emerging and able to shake and struggle. Anuo reported back,
"The slip has been stuck on."
The Buddha said goodbye to the Jade Emperor and other gods, leaving through the heavenly gate with his 2 disciples. Driven by compassion, he invoked a mantra, summoning a local earth deity to guard the 5 Elements mountain with the 5 Dhyani Buddhas. When the monkey was hungry, they fed him iron pellets. When thirsty, melted copper was provided for drinking. Once the monkey's trials and misdeeds were resolved, aid would come. The precise time of Wukong's liberation remains uncertain. We will learn the outcome in the next episode of Ancient Asian Legends. To celebrate Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, we are excited to feature an inspiring AANHPI hero each week in May. Today, we honor Patsy Mink, nominated by our listener, Jody from Hawaii. Jody says, growing up in Hawaii as a female person of color, Patsy Mink's impact on my life holds great significance. It is wonderful to have a role model like this, and that came from Hawaii. To me, she embodies the essence of Hawaii and our state's spirit of aloha. Today, let's dive into Patsy's story. In 1959, when Hawaii became a U.S. state, Patsy Mink knew she wanted to run for a position in government. Little did she know, she would become the first woman of color elected to the U.S. House of Representatives and the first Asian American woman to serve in Congress. In addition to writing bills like Title IX, the Early Childhood Education Act, and the Women's Educational Equity Act, Mink was the first Asian American to run for U.S. president. Patsy Matsu Takemoto was born on December 6, 1927, in Paia, Hawaii. She excelled academically, becoming class president in high school and valedictorian in 1944. After facing discrimination at Wilson College and the University of Nebraska, she moved to Honolulu to attend the University of Hawaii. Graduating in 1948 with majors in zoology and chemistry, she initially pursued medical school, but later enrolled in law school at the University of Chicago. While at the University of Chicago, Patsy met John Mink playing bridge at the International House. They married and stayed in Chicago. Patsy graduated from law school in 1951 and kept her job at the university's law library. The following year, they moved to Hawaii and had a daughter named Gwendolyn, who later became an advocate for women's issues. In Hawaii, Patsy took the bar exam but faced job discrimination due to her interracial marriage. Undeterred, she started her own practice and founded the Oahu Young Democrats in 1954, becoming the first Japanese American woman lawyer in Hawaii. She also served as a private attorney for the House of Representatives. After Hawaii became a state in 1959, Mink began campaigning for Congress, later winning a seat in the Hawaii State Senate in 1962 and persisting in her bid for a U.S. congressional seat despite party support for another candidate. In 1964, Patsy Mink won a seat in the U.S. House of Representatives, becoming the first Asian American woman in Congress. As a congresswoman, she championed gender and racial equality, affordable childcare, bilingual education, and was a key supporter of Title IX. Mink co-authored and sponsored the Title IX law prohibiting sex discrimination in education programs that received federal funds. Despite her Washington duties, she regularly visited Hawaii to stay connected with local issues. She served on several congressional committees advocating for marginalized groups. In 1974, She passed the Women's Educational Equity Act to promote gender equality in schools. Recognized for her work, Mink was asked by the Oregon Democrats to run for United States president with the support of their party. Their focus on the anti-war movement attracted Mink, and she decided to run for president. Unfortunately, she only received 2% of the vote. After this, Mink remained active in politics and served as the president of the Americans for Democratic Action. She also served as Assistant Secretary of State for Oceans and International Environmental and Scientific Affairs. In 1990, Mink was re-elected to Congress and served 6 terms in the House of Representatives. During this time, she also formed the Congressional Asian Pacific American Caucus. In August of 2002, Mink was hospitalized for pneumonia. A month later, Patsy Mink died in Honolulu, Hawaii. Due to the upcoming election, her name was still on the ballot in November, even though she passed away a month before. She won the election by a landslide, but was replaced by Ed Case. After her death, the Title IX law was renamed the Patsy T. Mink Equal Opportunity in Education Act. Thank you, Jody, for sharing Patsy Mink's story with us. Who's your AANHPI hero? Please email us at ancientasianlegends@gmail.com with the title AANHPI Hero. We look forward to hearing from you. Today's episode, based on Wu Cheng-en's 1592 classic Journey to the West, was adapted and translated by Mei Li Soon, featuring original music by Jeff Harvey and Studio Columna. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, or YouTube by searching Ancient Asian Legends. We're excited to hear from you. When will Wukong be freed from the 5 Elements mountain, and who is on their way to save him? Subscribe now and discover the answers next week on Ancient Asian Legends. Until then, take care and stay enchanted.